And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Romans chapter 8 verse 28. Romans chapter 8 verse 28 is a powerful verse that brings hope and assurance of God's sovereignty and goodness in all circumstances. Here are some examples of how this verse can be applied to daily life. Finding comfort in difficult times. When facing challenges or trials, we can find comfort in the knowledge that God is working for our good, even in the midst of adversity. Trusting God's plan. This verse encourages us to trust God's plan for our lives. We can have confidence that He is in control and His purpose will prevail in every situation. Letting go of worry and anxiety. Knowing that God works for our good can help us release worries and anxieties about the future, knowing that He is ultimately in charge. Seeking God's perspective. Romans chapter 8 verse 28 invites us to view life's events through God's perspective. We can ask Him for wisdom and understanding to see how He might be working for our good in various situations. Learning from mistakes. Even in our mistakes and failures, we can take comfort in the fact that God can use them for our growth and development. We can learn from our experiences and move forward with hope. Growing in faith. Trusting in God's goodness and His promise to work for our good can strengthen our faith. As we see His faithfulness in daily life, our trust in Him deepens. Responding with gratitude. Romans chapter 8 verse 28 inspires us to respond with gratitude in all circumstances. Even in challenging times, we can thank God for His presence and His commitment to our well-being. Finding meaning in suffering. In times of suffering, this verse reminds us that God can bring purpose and meaning out of our pain. He can use difficult experiences to shape us and draw us closer to Him. Encouraging others. We can share this verse with others who might be going through tough times, offering them encouragement and the assurance that God is working for their good as well. Living with hope. Applying Romans chapter 8 verse 28 helps us live with hope, knowing that God's plans for us are ultimately for our benefit and align with His purpose for our lives. By embracing the truth of Romans chapter 8 verse 28, we can face each day with a deeper sense of peace and trust in God's providence. We can rest in the knowledge that even when we don't understand the reasons behind certain events, God is at work, and His ultimate purpose is to bring about good in our lives.